14 of the NFL. And we'll get to see the Eagles, reigning league MVP. It's the Eagles and the Dolphins, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
It's the National Football League. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game, he had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. We lost the game. Guys got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 14 carries, 56 yards.
And simply put, partner, we're witnessing one of the best offensive players in the league so far this season. What he's been doing has him second in rushing across the NFL, and the top spot is clearly in sight. He's confident. His blockers are confident. He's having a heck of a year.
Short throw caught by Pitts. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's second down. Now back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. His 5th touchdown on the ground, number 8 overall. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Now a first carry here for the running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. 2nd and 4. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs. But in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 35, here's second down and 1. On play action, they'll throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. They'll look to throw again. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. We get a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns by a running back, and he sets the pace here in the latter stages of the season. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. When you look at this defense, they sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Back to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's going to be caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And the Dolphins offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And as we hit the home stretch here, you can see he leads all NFL wideouts and touchdown grabs this season. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. They'll try and start this drive in the air, eluding the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. They'll set up to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. 47 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dolphins offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
2nd and 1. Short throw caught by Pitts. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2nd and 11. And he's got his man on the out route. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll set up a throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Here's Corey Bojorquez to punt this thing away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's gotten them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The Eagles hit 10-2 on the year, and they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience.
That one out wide and intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football, because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Man open left side is Brown. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Back to throw again. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
Miami set to take over. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2nd and 3. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Now back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They'll look to throw here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the Falcons who were able to pick up the victory at home. Jalen Waddle, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. From there, we head up to Wisconsin to check out the Packers at home in Lambeau. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. A 23-point win, 33-10, the final. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Dak Prescott sharp in the victory as his guys get back within a game of 500. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to face a 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his line back out of the backfield. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Now a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
3rd down and 6.
Looking to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. In motion goes the tight end. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. And he's got some space here. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Through the middle of the field. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are able to widen their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because You have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So now here come the Dolphins. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. From the 33, here's a 2nd down and 4. Back to throw here. And he's going to have to... They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defense and gain any yardage.
A big boot that time. 57 yards, the official distance. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll set up a throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
He'll look to throw. He's got it. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. Here's the option. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the 2nd time in the game.
And that's exactly what you need from your quarterback. The ability to run the ball fearlessly. And in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. They'll drop to throw. And he spots Henderson open left side. So the completion good for just 3. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. Room here to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Here's 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7.
And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles will add to their 4th quarter lead. But that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Dolphins offense returning to the field. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
The tight end. And that's complete.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Back to throw again. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Under pressure, and they get it to him again.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
That is caught.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Now 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there.
Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign.
Elliott good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So the Dolphins now down by a field goal, a little over a minute to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. He's back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Back to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he goes out right around the 39.
Now 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Oh, and he'll be tackled and covered up inbounds. They get another first, but they're working with no timeouts. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Eagles, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.